Next up for segment two here, I want to talk a little bit about some of the voice control technology that's out there.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna bring up a couple little things that we got here. So as you can see, I got the Echo, the Google Home, and Siri. All right, and those are like the big ones that everyone's at least heard of or used.
And there's already a scandal with the Amazon one.
Really,
Well, yeah. The kid that ordered like
the
how many thousands
dollhouse.
of dollars? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
She ordered thousands of dollars. Okay. What I mean is, in aggregate, kids have ordered thousands of dollars of equipment from Amazon without their parents' consent.
Exactly. So
There's
there's
some
like,
setting you have to turn off, and they made it default by now. But
oh yeah. So that's a big security flaw. Is anyone that's inside of your house can control it. First off, so I mean, if someone breaks in and you have Google Home, for example,
yeah.
they can say just disable alarm if your alarm's hooked up to it, and
Are you serious?
like, why wouldn't they be able to? You could adjust your thermostat if your alarm is a smart alarm. Like I haven't heard of this happening, and there may be a failsafe in place, but
Maybe it's like Star Trek, where it's like disable alarm authorization code Alpha Tango 358.
well, now, guys, we all know Drunk Joe's authorization code, so we good.
I
But
just made that up. I swear.
but yeah, so I mean, maybe it is like that, and that'd be really cool. Actually, I'd be down. Did you see the guy that automated his house with all Zelda ocarina music?
No. Do you
Yeah.
have to actually pick up an ocarina and play?
He plays the ocarina.
Like
So,
Epona's song will open the garage or something?
yeah, so he uses like a Raspberry Pi to record the audio through a microphone setup, and when it hears the right notes, then it does whatever it's programmed to do. And it's not actually with an Echo or with the Google Home or Siri. It's just something that he wrote into like a little program. And
Right.
most of the stuff's pretty basic shit that you could do, but I thought it was pretty cool. Like one of them was like
Oh, yeah.
turn on the lights. Another one was to unlock his car, which basically he just has like a little motorized module that kind of like presses the button on his little key fob to unlock his door.
Nice.
And then he has another one for the front door that looks like he also made that basically is just kind of like a couple of sticks around his lock that twist it when he plays it outside. And but pretty cool. Okay.
Yeah. That sounds
Now,
cool.
as you said, there are obviously flaws. You know, the little girl story. You know, doing that. If your kid has a lisp, if you ask it to search for a video on something, have you heard that one?
No.
Oh man! So they have this video. This
I
kid
can
asking.
imagine.
He's asking the Echo to play something, and it's literally like play Harry Ball porno or something. You know, like it comes up something like that, and they're like, no, don't do that, don't do that, Alexa. You know, like, and yeah, it's
One
fucking
moment
good.
while I play that porno for you.
Oh yeah. So it's really bad, but so there are obvious problems with this that could bypass like any kind of parental block features that could bypass any kind of security checks to purchase things. Obviously, Siri is not perfect and it's been around forever. You ask it to call somebody, it could call the complete wrong fucking person, and
Well, but Siri is, I think, a cut above the rest of the voice audio things. It's just
it's been around quite a bit longer, and
well, yeah.
I mean, I think didn't they get some help from the is it Dragon Dictation guys?
No. So Siri was its own program at first. It was its own company. Dragon was a totally separate one. But they were going to release as an app, and they did for a little while. And then Mac was like, boom, bought it, killed the app, and then integrated it
Yeah.
like 6 months later. Because I had that program for a little while. It was really cool. Like you said something, and it gave you like a list of 10 things. Like these are the things I can do.
Yeah,
Really cool.
and that's the way that the server was set up and everything, and people actually still continued to run servers, independent servers for that software for a while on Jailbreak.
Didn't know
So,
that.
like if you were jailbroken, you could run it on an even older phone than was currently available with Siri.
They came out with the same guys that made Siri. They came out with a new type of assistant too, and I don't think it's released yet. But it's supposed to be same thing, a better assistant, and it's its own app. But the coolest thing, and this is what Apple's smart about, the coolest thing was the integration. It's not, like if you have to open a separate app, you're defeating the purpose of the assistant.
Yeah,
Like if you have a car, for instance, I just had to buy a car because some asshole ran into me in a red light. So I bought I have a 2017 Camry, and the digital voice assistant in there is absolute trash. So
Yeah.
I'll say call, and then my wife's name, and then it'll say calling Carol D, and I'm like, what? That's not even close, and it does it every time. It's the same person every time.
And they're
But then
supposed to learn after a while too. But
no, those don't learn. It even did like a voice, like, oh, let me do, say 10 sentences, and then I can learn your voice, right?
Yeah.
But if I just hold down Siri on the phone while it's plugged in, it'll use the car's microphone
To pick it up.
And then it still actually calls, the who I
correct
want
number,
to.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the
Siri
car
is-
just doesn't understand asshole.
Well,
but-
Siri can understand asshole very well. When I tell it to fuck
Hey,
off, it says, "Oh no."
You know what? That's because it's used to it with all the testing that it has in house. So,
Right.
But yeah,
All the asshole Apple employees.
exactly. But no, I believe it should work better. I do, and they are getting there. But at the same time, putting something inside of your house that can control the lights inside of your house, the security system potentially inside of your house, the air conditioning inside of your house.
Yeah.
They've got smart fucking coffee machines, smart tea makers, smart ovens, smart fridges, all of these things. If you have this device that can control all these things, anyone that could come in could potentially either, first off, what's the security like inside of them as far as from outside, can you hack them? Because I know I've heard that people have been hacked in these occasions. In fact, they did do setup with, if I know many people don't really like Big Bang Theory, but they had an episode a few years ago where they put a bunch of their home automated stuff, like, online so that whoever could control it from wherever they wanted, just to be like, hey, look, the light's turning on and off. Someone's doing that across the world, and it's like, okay.
Oh,
yeah,
I remember that episode.
That's
I don't even watch that show now.
so it's like, yeah, that's cool, but think about if you weren't wanting them to do that,
Yeah, there's all kinds of home cameras that are being hacked. I
Dude,
even read
that's
an
all the
article.
time though, because the people
Yeah.
buy them and they don't change the base passwords, and they're open to they host through their internet connection. So
Right.
if all you do is like search for it, you just like boom, all of a sudden you find a bunch of shit, and people don't even know. Like it was on the news a couple of weeks ago locally of a woman that had her daughter's bedrooms being shared on the internet because
Yeah,
she
I heard
didn't
about
put
that.
fucking security on it. And it's like, yeah, that's fucking bad. Yes, it's not supposed to be happening, but Jesus Christ, if you're going to install a fucking open web camera
People
on
don't
your
know,
house,
man. They
like,
really just don't know.
yeah, I know, but you know what? If I need to have my fucking entire house redone with electrical sockets and whatever the fuck else, even with my knowledge of electricity, I'm still going to hire a fucking electrician.
Yeah.
If you're going to install a home security system, know what it does. You don't buy a gun and expect it not to kill people, do you?
Well, I mean, I expect to have to clean it first.
I mean, so yeah.
But so on the internet stuff, there's a lot of services, and one that caught my eye recently was called Cujo, and it's a little thing you plug into your router, and it handles DHCP for you, and it analyzes your web traffic, and it decides what's normal, and then if anything abnormal happens, it's like, oh hey, this is happening. Go on your smartphone, allow it to happen or disallow it to happen. So it sounds cool. I've seen a couple reviews and everything's positive. It just costs a monthly fee. And they, like, if somebody with a Cujo somewhere else in the world gets hacked in a certain way, they update it so everyone that has a Cujo gets that update kind of thing. So it sounds cool. I just haven't had the
Opportunity to check it out.
I would say I haven't had the urge to, because I've never had any
Yeah.
identity theft or anything happen to me, so it's hard to justify that purchase.
I mean, I've had it happen. I've had accounts hacked right and left, and but at the same time, like there's certain things that, obviously, you and I know if you take the right precautions with things like passwords, then you're just not going to get hacked. It's just
I was
improbable.
hacked like way back. I mean, wow, it must have been like 7 years ago now.
Mhm.
My World of Warcraft account did get hacked, but I logged in and like my druid had missing gear and stuff, and so I just opened a ticket, and they were pretty good about
They
it.
just retroed it. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they always
that's the
give
only
you one.
thing. It's the only thing that really happened.
Well, they used
And
to do,
it
people
wasn't
used to
my
do when
fuck
they
up,
had the real money auctions and shit, or when you could buy items off of people for real cash. people used to do that where they'd get these like crazy ass drops, and then they, sell them to somebody, and they'd say they got hacked, and then they'd be able to go back and grab the item again. Like the GM would give them the item back again,
Yeah, I remember like they were reluctant to do it at first, but as long as you had some proof, and they can track the connection where it's from. And
Yeah, which, I mean, we know that kind of stuff could be faked. But, so yeah, the technology I feel like is really cool, but not there yet. So,
yeah, agreed. That was a fucking rant we went on.